Alright, so hey, what's up guys? So me from the future, to just let you guys know that I recorded the beginning part of the video a week after the movie came out, alright? And the later half of in the end, I made that like a week before I made this video. So yeah, just to let you guys know, and yeah, enjoy. Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel. What is DOSorNight to call me? And yeah, so this is gonna be my Avengers Endgame spoiler review slash discussion video. Now in the start of the video, yeah, I'll give you guys my short non-spoiler review, but yeah, after that, you guys better leave because I'm gonna talk about everything. So yeah, I finally got to watch Avengers Endgame, alright? 11 years, that's how much it took. 11 years to get to this point. So yeah, I got to watch it last Wednesday with my brothers and sisters, and we loved it. There's no way I can't, keep my expression of how much I love this movie. It's an amazing movie, all right? I'm not going to tell you at the end where I reveal, oh, it's a shitty movie or I loved it. No, I got to say it out front. I love the movie. All right, so the movie is 3 hours. So everybody keeps saying, oh, this is going to be a long-ass movie. Oh, man, bathroom breaks. All right, here's the right time to take a bathroom break. Now, hearing that, before I watched the movie, I thought, since the movie is going to be that long, I thought it might have ruined my enjoyment of the movie, I thought I was going to look at scenes like, all right, this is going a little bit too long, all right, this is dragging, all right, that scene was unnecessary. I mean, they could have just removed it to make the movie even shorter. Oh god, it's taking forever. Oh my god, I'm getting irritated. No, nothing. I thought the movie was perfectly paced and every scene was necessary, and I didn't feel like the movie was that long. It didn't feel like 3 hours. It felt just right, maybe like over 90 minutes long. So what I love about the movie is how the movie shows each character and how they deal with grief. The movie shows everybody's reaction to losing to Thanos, and for that, losing half of life in the universe. And also it shows how the world reacts to this. There's people doing these AA meetings or group therapy sessions, and there's memorials everywhere. So the movie is making it clear that, yeah, this happened. This is something that rarely ever happens, especially in superhero movies, It's like superhero movies are usually, oh, something sad happens, oh, we gotta fix it, and at the end, hey, we fixed it. All right, next movie, oh, new bad guy, oh, we fixed it, he's dead. But in this movie, in Infinity War, Thanos won. But at the second movie, it still continues, and they're trying to figure out, all right, what do we do next? For example, like in Man of Steel, it's like, yo, they destroyed an entire city, buildings full of people. Yo, that was like 9/11 times 3,000. Now, in the next movie, they did discuss it in Superman vs. Batman, but like, yeah, it's like, yeah, Superman, you killed a lot of people when you're fighting Zod. And he's like, yep, I did. And then, they had court, and then that exploded, and you're like, yep, let's forget all about that. And then when Superman dies at the end, oh, memorials, oh man, he was our hope. It was like, oh, fuck out of here. So yeah, how the movie handled it was good. Now, another thing that I love about this movie is the character building. So I thought I knew these guys because, hey, I watch older movies. But apparently not, because the character building in this movie is like 2 movies per character. So the characters are just different from whatever last movie you watched them. And that shows you how much of a big scale it was to lose to Thanos. Half of life is now gone because you couldn't aim to the head. Half of life is now gone because of you. And now that's in your conscience. You think that forever. And that changes you. And each character deals with that differently. Some start drinking, going to therapy. Personality change. Either they become more humble or something else that I couldn't say because it's gonna spoil. Now, there's a surprising amount of people that didn't like this movie. And I've heard they all say the same thing, and that's they didn't like the first part. And I will tell you guys, and this is not a spoiler. It's kind of spoilers because I am gonna tell you that yes, in the first 2 parts, yeah, there's not as much action. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of character building. All of that is in the first 2 parts. There's just a dash of action in the first 2 parts, but not as much, alright? There's a lot of dialogue and all that shit, and I guess a lot of people just got bored and say, hey, when are you gonna fight Thanos? The real action doesn't start basically at the end, at the 3rd part. The action, it ramps the fuck up. It turns to 0 into 100 real quick. Now, before I end this review, I want to answer this. Do you really need to watch every other Marvel movie to get Endgame? And my answer is yeah. Now, I'm not saying it's worth it to understand what's happening, but no, it's worth it because they make so many references and jokes about the other movies. It makes it worth it. Like, I see some scenes like, oh, lol, but then I realize, wait a minute, if I didn't watch this, then I wouldn't understand this joke or what was happening. So yeah, all those hours of binging, this movie made it worth it, all right? Or like you're a fan and you've been watching all these movies, this movie made it worth it. And yeah, if you're a new fan, you haven't watched all the movies, only the I guess the important ones, it's fine, all right? But you won't understand the jokes and the references they're making. Yeah, in my personal opinion, yeah, this is an amazing movie. I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I recommend you guys watch it right the fuck now. If you haven't watched it, the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, like the Russo brothers already came out and said, yep, fuck everybody. Go spoil the fuck out of this movie. Reference it, talk about it, make memes out of it, everything, alright? Fuck these people who haven't watched it yet. So yeah, somehow, if you haven't gotten spoiled, then yeah, go watch it right the fuck now. But if you have, yeah, of course, still watch it. But like, man, there's a lot of memes that spoiled a lot of things, and it would have made a bigger impact if you saw it the first time in the screens. But yeah, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. I love it, and yeah, go watch it. Recommend, highly recommend. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now, before I go to spoiler territory, is this better than The Dark Knight? No. But it is close. It is a second. Now, what I will say is this is the most comic book looking movie of all time, alright? This is more comic book than The Dark Knight, alright? When I watch The Dark Knight, I sometimes forget that I'm watching a superhero movie because of how it's well made like an Oscar movie. So, yeah, like when I watch it, I'm like, oh, that's right, this is a DC movie. Now, I'm not saying that comic book movies are usually not that good looking, not at all. All I'm saying is, like, you know, the Dark Knight, it takes itself serious, and it's not as flashy and goofy as a comic book movie should be. Well, you know, when you're watching Avengers Infinity War or Endgame, there's a purple man right there, all right? It's like, yeah, that was in the comic books, and they didn't try to make it realistic. Nope, they just transfer it to the movies, and there we go, all right? So yeah, having those accurately comic book things in the movie, you don't forget that, yeah, this is a comic book movie. So yeah, I would say that, yeah, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame is the most comic book looking movie of all time. But is it the best? No. Dark Knight is still one of the best comic book movies, while Avengers Infinity War and Endgame is second. So, yeah. Alright, so now, yeah, I'm going to talk about everything. Alright, so you got 3, 2, 1 to get the fuck out. Alright, so Thanos, Black Widow, and Iron Man died. So yeah, when I was watching the movie, and before Black Widow died, I'm like, wow, they're actually, you know, developing Black Widow and making her to an actual likable character. Oh, she died. So yeah, Black Widow, they're saying that Black Widow will be having her own movie, so I'm guessing, alright, it's gonna be a prequel then, it's gonna be like an Origins. But you know, it would have been nice to have her own movie before she died. Now, Thanos in the movie, he wasn't as in-depth and complex of a character as he was in Infinity War. And I kind of had a feeling that they were going to do that because, you know, Infinity War was Thanos' movie. It was basically Thanos, the movie, alright? So I thought, I knew this next movie, it was going to be more about the Avengers. So I thought what would have been a great scene for Thanos is have a scene go back in time, back when he was in Titan, and Titan was having its problem of low resources but overpopulation. I thought, you know, there should be a scene where he's having the discussion with the people who are running Titan, and he's giving his proposal of, let's just kill half of our population. That would have been a great and necessary scene, but they didn't have it. So, favorite characters in this movie, and I'm not talking about like, you know, my favorite characters of all time in the MCU universe. No, just my favorite characters in that movie, because in this movie, they just, you know, made the characters here better. So the characters are Thor, Ant-Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and I think that's about it. And Nebula. Thor in this movie is just so lovable and human, because, like, out of all the characters here, Thor is the one who lost the most. He lost his parents, his friends, his brother, more than half of his people, and his home, Asgard. And on top of that, he lost against Thanos. And because of that, half of life is now gone. And that led to Thor to just start eating and drinking and playing Fortnite. And you know what? Even after all those things that happened, he always kept a smile. Seeing Thor's character transform into the Thor we know right now, Fat Thor, Thick Thor, it was a riot, you know? So, Yeah, I love this Thor. I haven't really cared about Thor until after Age of Ultron. Like, Thor in the first movie, he took shit serious, as in, he wasn't as comedic. Also, he spoke properly, like in the old type of Viking type of way. But this Thor right now we have, he's just a likable jock. I fucking love Thor. So yeah. Now Ant-Man, I love Ant-Man. He's a likable character. It's just his standalone movies are just bad in my opinion. Now him in this movie I really like. So we're gonna talk about it. You know what? Ant-Man wasn't the one that saved the universe. It was that fucking rat. So are we not gonna talk about our true savior, that rat saving the universe? But no. But yeah, I love Ant-Man in this movie because he was basically the audiences. So whenever characters show up like Rocket, you're like, is that a fucking raccoon? It's a funny reaction, and also like everybody treats him like he's the new guy, even though he might have just been the one that saved the universe by telling everybody, yeah, maybe we should time travel. But nah, everybody treats him like shit. Like, Rhodey, there was an idiot on the landing station. It's like, bitch, what the fuck? So now Professor Hulk. Now, I'm pretty glad that I didn't get spoiled by this character, because the first time seeing him, I was like, what the fuck? That was my reaction. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, is that? No, wait, it's both? So yeah, I don't know how the Hulk let Banner become the Hulk 50-50. I guess maybe, because, in Infinity War, the Hulk didn't want to come out. He said, fuck that. When he got beaten the shit out of Thanos, I was like, oh shit, he turned into a bitch. Maybe it was because the Hulk felt guilty that, oh shit, I was a bitch and was hiding all the time while you guys were fighting against Thanos. I would have actually been a lot of help, maybe. And so I guess maybe, the Hulk felt guilty about it and just decided to let Banner become Professor Hulk. Now, when Banner becomes Professor Hulk, he also has some of the personality of the Hulk, so just dumb. So I'm not saying that Professor Hulk is dumb. He just acts like a smart jock, and also he's cracking jokes and shit, so it's basically just a different character, No, actually, Professor Hulk acts like a nerd that got buffed and now talks more confidently. He's actually a more confident character. Now, the CGI on Professor Hulk looks really good. The mocap is so accurate. Now, at first, I did find it a little bit distracting and uncomfortable, but I got used to it. I think Hawkeye is one of the most unappreciated and underrated Avengers member. It wasn't until this movie I'm like, fuck, he's actually a good character. Jesus fuck, why doesn't he have his own movie? But I am happy to hear that he is going to be having his own show on the Disney Plus. Seeing him lose his family and just screaming their names, like, where are they? Like, man, if I was in that situation, I don't know what the hell I would do. Or I don't know what is happening. I don't think he knows that, the Avengers are having a fight in Wakanda against Thanos. After that scene, I kind of resonate and just realize, man, he's a good character, So yeah, after this movie, I actually like Hawkeye. Like, I never noticed how underrated he was in my radar. So yeah, this movie made two of the characters that, are side characters in whatever movie they are into characters you like now. I like Black Widow. I like Hawkeye now. Too bad Black Widow died. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the characters. So now, let's discuss my favorite scene. One of my favorite scene has gotta be when Scarlet Witch was like, you took everything from me. And Thanos is like, I don't even remember who you are. I don't think I mentioned this in any of my videos, but I'll cover it. But yeah, I don't like Scarlet Witch. I don't. And I think it's because they were trying to force that relationship with Vision. That's when I was like, fuck, really? Like this felt the relationship with Vision and Scarlet Witch just felt forced. Like, it was unnecessary. All right, like Vision even came back. That's how much I didn't care. But I did like Vision and Ultron. He had a good few scenes in Age of Ultron. So did Scarlet Witch. I was optimistic with her, but then the next movie with what was it called? Civil War. They try to make a relationship with. Nah, I was like, oh fuck, I don't care about these characters. So yeah, I don't like these two characters. Another favorite scene has got to be when Captain America got Mjolnir. Like, yo, that was a good scene. I loved Thor's reaction. He was like, yes, I knew it. Man, that was kind of like how a best friend, he knew you were worthy. But like I don't know why he couldn't lift it up in that party. That was kind of weird. It was like Captain America is more than worthy. And did anybody realize that Thanos was able to hold Mjolnir? Like, what the fuck? And the other hammer? It was like, what? So I guess he's worthy enough to rule Asgard. And I guess it's because, you know, he was the one that destroyed the Infinity Stones, because he said it in the in his first introduction that temptation was gonna rule him. So he couldn't even trust himself to have the stone, so he just destroyed it, you know? So that's actually one sign of him being pure, you know? Another great scene is when Tony, you know, finally got to talk to his dad. That was really good, because Tony has never really talked to him as a man, because, you know, he died when he was a teenager. And, you know, Tony never really had a good relationship with his dad, you know? I guess because Tony, when he was a teenager, he didn't really understand what his dad was really doing. So yeah, that scene was just beautiful. And the last scene is when Captain America finally gets to live his life with Peggy. Now he's old Captain America, and he passed the torch to Falcon. Now, I don't really like Falcon. Like, I'm not saying that I hate him. I'm really optimistic him being the next one, but like Marvel didn't really do a good job of making him a good character. He's still just, you know, like, he's still a background character to me, you know? Like, Marvel did not do a good job of making Falcon a good character, all right? Like, what was his first introduction to this universe? It was Winter Soldier. There we go. Didn't really care of him when he was in Winter Soldier. I just thought, oh, cool side character. But now you're telling me he's the main character? Nah. So yeah, hopefully whatever movie is next that he's in, hopefully they fix him. All right, now, I forgot to mention Captain Marvel in this video. So, I like most of the characters here, except for her. Marvel was advertising the hell out of this character. They were like, oh man, she's the most powerful character in this universe. She can defeat Thanos with the stones. And what do they do with the character? Not a goddamn thing. All right, so that scene with, you know, all the women come together and, you know, it's like, oh, how are you going to do this alone? And it's like, oh, she got help. Like, that scene, yeah, that was bad. That was just cringy, because it just felt forced. It's just Marvel's way of saying, oh, we're so woke. Oh, look at all these strong female characters. It's like, all right, yeah, most of the characters that were in that scene, female, yeah, I like these characters, except for Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch. What I hate is just Marvel pretending like they care. It's like, oh, we're so woke. No, you don't. You don't give a fuck. All you care is just about the money. Oh, but you do. Okay, so let's see. Let's check your last movie that was led by a female. Let's check Captain Marvel. The character, it's just not a good character. It's a lazy character. You just, like, Brie Larson just doesn't care. Her acting is horrible here. So you're telling me, yep, this is the best we can do. A female character that girls can look up to. Get the fuck out of here. And the way you treated your first female Avenger, it's just, oh, she's just a sex object. Oh, she just brings all the boys to the theaters. And then you try to give her a story, but hey, okay, she falls in love with Bruce. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. This just felt forced. Can you make her into a real character? Nah. It wasn't until now, the movie where she dies, is when you say, you know what? We didn't really do nothing with this girl. Let's make her into an actual character. It was like, yeah, you should have done that day one. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Now let's predict what is gonna happen to Marvel after this. And what I mean by that is, who's gonna be the next villain after Thanos? Who's gonna be the leader of the Avengers, or is there ever gonna be an Avengers? And also, the properties that Marvel now own, you know, X-Men and the Fantastic Four, are there gonna be in this universe? Are they going to somehow find a way to put them in? Alright, so the trailer from Spider-Man Far From Home gave us a little bit of a hint what might be the next stage, you know? And it's probably going to be alternate timelines or alternate universes. So with that hint, maybe the next big villain might be Kane the Conqueror. I mean, that's what he's all about. He's a time traveler from the future. He goes back to the past and tries to conquer whatever planets or whatever universes he goes. And, you know, he uses his advanced technology to do that. So if Kane's gonna be the next villain, I think Marvel is gonna try to make Kane the same villain as Thanos was. You know, a villain that you agree with, you somewhat understand, and you're like, fuck, I think I agree with you. So what they will do with the character is try to make him a character that was from the future, goes back to the past to prevent something that happened. Or maybe he might be like a time police, and he's looking at like this timeline like, oh shit, you guys fucked it up. Oh fuck. I might as well just destroy this entire universe. You guys should have left it how it is. I mean, now I gotta kill all of you guys. That would be interesting. Now, Kane so far is the most realistic and sounds the most closest of what the next villain might be. But if not, I don't know. Like maybe all right. So what would I want to be the next villain? I'd still like to see Doctor Doom done right. Like, it was owned by Fox. They fucked him up 2 times. Now that Marvel owns him again, they can do him right, all right? Now, the Doctor Doom that I want to see him is the Doom that is running his own country. I want to see how he controls Latveria, how he rules Latveria. Like, I don't want to see him as like a pure villain. I want to see him as just a leader that is willing to do anything for his people. I don't know. If Disney came up to me and asked me, hey, if you're gonna, put Latveria in the MCU universe, how would you write it as? And how I would do it is, all right, so Latveria, it exists in somewhere around Eastern Europe. So it is one of the most powerful countries in the world because they're all about magic, right? Even soldiers can perform magic in the battlefield. So it's a powerful country. The culture is pretty different. And their leader looks like a villain, but really he's not, all right? Like, he wears all the cloak and the armor because it's a part of their culture, so every leader needs to wear this. And countries around Latveria is scared of them, and they have soldiers surrounding the country in case, it tries to attack them. And, Latveria, it doesn't have any interest in invading other countries, and you see Latveria being pushed as other countries are forcing Latveria to, demilitarize the country, sanctioning the country, and also having terrorism attack that country, and, they could be like, hey, these terrorists are from this country. How come you guys haven't, prevented it from happening? It's like, we don't give a fuck about you guys. And you see Doctor Doom, he is pressured to go to war against these countries because it's terrorizing, it's blocking aid to its people. His people are starving, dying, there's diseases around, and he's saying, fuck it, I'm going to war with you guys. I'm taking over. Fuck you guys. And that's another thing I want people to know, that, Doctor Doom, in this movie, in the movie I'm writing, he cares about his people. I mean, shit. He goes to he has like children's shows where he comes up and says, "Don't do drugs," or it's just some corny shit like that, like some type of 90s infomercial. Now his people, they don't see it as weird because every leader, they always wear the armor and the cloak. That's a part of our culture. But every other country around, what the fuck? Why the fuck? It's like seeing Hitler, in the kids commercial and saying, "Don't do drugs." Like, what the fuck? This is weird as shit. And, the world looks at Latveria like it's an evil country because, they allow magic in that country. And, the world, in the religious eye is like, oh, this is the devil country. And it's like, okay, whatever. But, Latveria, they haven't really started any wars. Maybe they had some conflicts with other countries back then, but nothing really major. So, yeah, that's how I would write it. So, if some Marvel writer, took my idea, yeah, I wouldn't be mad. But just put me in the credit, all right? Just put me in the credits. Just put, I don't want to put my government name, but yeah, all right, just contact me. All right. So, yeah. That's how I'd write it. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody is going to take this idea. This is too complicated and too good. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me Twitch, Twitter. See me Twitch, and tweet Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you later. Bye. Sorry I haven't been uploading. Somehow this video took forever. I don't know why. It's not because it's hard. It's just because, some days I had to do shit. And I got sick a few times, and yeah, I have no idea why this took forever. But yeah, that's it. Bye.